Mike, telling you about the Birch Gold Group, and we thought it'd be kind of a neat opportunity to spend a few minutes with what we call one of our kitchen chats with Birch Gold. Birch Gold's been around since 2003. They're the largest precious metals IRA company in the country. And with the times we're living through right now, I am firmly convinced that you need Birch Gold Group more than ever. We're real pleased to visit with Phillip Patrick, precious metals specialist with Birch Gold Group. Hey, Phillip, welcome to the Mike Gallagher platform here at MikeOnline.com. Are we having fun yet?
We are indeed. Thank you very much for having me.
It's my pleasure. I know your reputation. I know how many people trust Birch Gold Group. We cannot ignore all the political and social upheavals in America. The Democrats are going to control the House, Senate, and the presidency. What does that mean for the economic outlook of the United States of America?
I mean, it doesn't bode too well based on how things are looking at the moment. I mean, the one thing when we analyze Biden's tax plan, there's a few things that we realize. I think we can count on taxes going up across the board. I think both for individuals and corporations, about $3 trillion in new taxation predicted over the next 10 years. Concerningly, a raise in capital gains as well, which we feel could, Reuters actually recently reported, could trigger tax-motivated selling in the equity market. At the end of the day, I think what it means is larger government, larger deficit, and more of the same concerning policy. Our saving grace last year was that the Senate may remain Republican. Obviously, that didn't happen, which I think frees the way here for policies to come through. So it's concerning to say the least.
I want to get into the X's and O's of why it's important to diversify. We hear that word a lot. For all of us who have a 401k, it's important to look at that 401k and see what percentage of our savings is in precious metals. Talk to us, if you will, about why it's so important to diversify a portion of your savings into gold. How does gold protect our savings, especially when the stock market is up to 31,000 and gold is just a little bit down from its all-time high?
Look, it all depends on the climate that we're in, right? There are times where it makes sense to have large portions of everything you have in the markets, and there are times where it makes sense to be a little bit more conservative and move into something that functions in times of market decline. Yes, the stock market is at all-time highs. In my mind, that in on itself is a little bit concerning, right? We are now by 2 years at the longest bull run ever seen in history, right? So you could go back to the beginnings of the stock market and say, we've never seen this length of time without a correction. On top of that, the nature of the stock market's growth has been quite concerning. It's been so aggressive, but many argue being fueled by policy, pumping money through the markets, low interest rates, and essentially created a bubble, right? So this idea of stocks being high and metals being low, I think actually is attractive for a conversion like this. Get out of the markets at the high level, into metals at a low level, and essentially position yourself for times of market correction. And the key here is, it is in times of market correction and downturn that safe haven assets like gold and silver tend to perform. So I feel they're very conducive for the impending climate.
Chatting with Phillip Patrick, a precious metals specialist with Birch Gold Group. And a reminder, if you're already convinced, don't wait. Text the keyword Mike to 474747. Phillip is going to walk through what that process is like and what happens after you do. I want to talk about, for a moment, Phillip, the difference between holding physical gold and gold in an IRA. For those who might, and I was one until I started becoming so familiar with Birch Gold Group and working with you guys. What's the difference?
Technically, there is no difference. When you deal with us, all we deal with is physical gold, right? Whether it's in an IRA or purchased with cash, all we deal with is physical gold. However, structurally, there are some differences. When people buy physical gold in cash, you're dealing with post-tax money. We can ship the metals to you, you hold on to them. IRAs are essentially tax deferred vehicles, so you want to maintain the tax efficiency. In an IRA, you can still hold physical gold. We have a structure in place that allows individuals to roll over any portion of their IRA and hold physical gold tax deferred within that IRA. So there are no differences as such. It's a structural difference, really.
Where is the gold and silver stored, Phillip?
So the short answer is it's really up to the customer. There are a lot of options. We use fully licensed, fully insured third-party depositories like Brinks, and there are many locations across the U.S. that our customers can choose from.
Good to know. Every day on the radio and, of course, on our stream, we tell people to text the keyword Mike to 474747. What happens when people do that? What are they going to get in return?
Well, they're going to get special treatment, as you know, but essentially by doing that, they're going to get access to a very informative guide that we have on precious metals. It will talk investors through the basics all the way through to the more detailed stuff. So a lot of information on gold and silver. On top of that, you'll have access to a lot of experts with Birch that will be there to guide you through the process and essentially hold customers' hands throughout.
I like that. So Team Gallagher and Team Birch giving our viewers and listeners VIP treatment. That's what we do. And I like that a lot, Phillip. Just text the keyword Mike to 474747 to get the ball rolling. Phillip Patrick, great visiting with you, and thank you very much for being a part of the Mike Gallagher Show.
Thank you for having us.